Most people don't realize how broken their browser workflow is. You have tabs that you're scared to close because you might need them later. You might have tabs from 3 days ago that you just forgot to close. So eventually your browser could become a junk drawer. And the evidence is clear. Even my browser looks like this sometimes. So I decided to try to fix it for myself. I went ahead and built a Chrome extension that lets me save any group of tabs and reopen them whenever I want to. So no more chaos, no more memory leaks, battery draining, or simply mess. So in this video I'll show you exactly how I built my own extension and how you can use it for free today. So without any further ado, let's get started. So this is what my browser looks like most of the time, or at least it used to look like this. I have way too many tabs that are just sitting there, and I started doing groups. So I would usually group my tabs like this and it could work, but the issue with them is that even when I hover over them, I cannot see the full preview, or I just see some title of the tab, and that's about it. So sometimes it is still hard to navigate, because whenever you open a new tab, the Chrome will just activate this search that you can just type whatever you want. The quick links that they have here on the new tab is also kind of useless. So they try to guess what are the popular tabs that you have, or you can add your own shortcut. But let's be honest, for some reason, they're just not visually appealing. I'm not saying it's really bad, but what I'm saying is we can leverage that space here for something else. And yet we can still preserve this minimalist look if people still want it. So the way I think about it is quite simple. I have the browser, I have the top menu, and in the top menu I actually want to be able to navigate through tabs quite easily and fast. So this top area should be relatively simple for me to use. I don't want the small tabs, I want them to be bigger. And besides just the tabs, what I want is to leverage the space of a new tab, since I actually click it quite often. So what I want is basically to have some sort of groups that will store my tabs. So it'll be a mix of whatever is currently open, whatever I think is useful, and just list of my bookmarks. Because sometimes I do save websites, as you see even here, but do I actually go to my long list of all of the bookmarks, and do I actually try to find websites from there? Not really. I want it to be organized, and yes, you can use some folders, but it's just not the UX and UI for me. So what I want is to have some sort of tabs that'll be stored into groups. But besides just the tabs, since we can start leveraging this new page, I actually want to save things like notes, save an image, a to-do list, and so on. So this is what I basically wanted, and I started looking into the market to see what kind of solutions are out there. And most of them charge you monthly subscription fee just to use this basic functionality that is already available in the browser. Since I didn't really want it to use like any cloud solutions, therefore I didn't need any servers or complex collaborations with others. So I thought, why instead of just using someone else's app, why wouldn't I just build one from scratch? Because this is what I just like doing. So I prepared my prompt and I went directly to Cloud Code. And this is the result that I got. So yes, I was able to build my own tab extension where I can basically do exactly what I told you, is where I actually can see a list of my groups. I can actually drag and drop them to switch places. I can see the cool previews of the websites if I visited them before. So that is especially useful if you're saving a YouTube video, say. So you can see a quick preview on hover. If this is not enough, I also made an option to click on the list of sites and you can see them as board view. So you can create subsections. As you can see here, I have a subsection where you can basically drag and drop more items. Example, choose a cool icon. And here I have my new group. What I can do is I can see the list of my currently active tabs. So I can actually close tabs directly from here or navigate to them if I click on them. And if I want to store something, all I have to do is basically just drag and drop this new tab that I have into my new group, just like this. Instead of saving just a tab, I can literally save a note, a to-do list, an image, a YouTube video, a specific URL card with like my note. So we can interact with items, so like buy some milk, you have some dopamine. But another very useful thing that I think a lot of people might utilize is actually being able to search at the same time through all of your currently open tabs as well as your saved stuff. So for example, I can literally say Google Docs. Here I can see everything that is stored related to Google that I have in my browser. But you can also select to be in the focus mode. So focus mode is something that looks similar to what you had before in the browser. So if you feel overwhelmed by the amount of things that are just there on the screen, and sometimes you want to be in this chill mode, or I don't know, some people around you and you don't want them to see your save tabs. Because this is me, I also added a lot of customizations. So in the settings, you can select the theme, you can select the size of the cards, you can export your board. So this is another important thing. All of the data will be stored only locally on your computer. So not a single piece of information goes online, unless you specifically decided to share it. And once I have a shared group, maybe I have one here that I can show you. This group is shared publicly. That means I'm sharing it, and everybody who will have a link to this specific group can add it to their list, and they will be able to see tabs that I'm sharing almost in real time. So say I'm creating a collection of useful AI tools, and I can start putting more and more links there, and everybody who's subscribed will be able to see all of the tabs that I'm sharing with them in that specific group. So that could be pretty cool. So one more important part for me was actually being able to interact with certain websites. So say I'm on some website and I would like to save this image. So I can just right click on it, and now I will see the save to flow tabs, which is the name of my Chrome extension. So I can literally save it there, and I can also select a certain text on the page. So I can right click on it, just like this as well, save it as a note. So now if I'll open the flow tabs, I should be able to see the image that we just saved, and I should be able to see a note, specifically the text that I highlighted with the source, the page where I got it from. So that is also pretty epic. So you might be thinking, okay, that's pretty cool, but how did I build this? And honestly, it only took me a couple of days to build. So basically how it works is that I knew exactly what I wanted to build. So I had a good prompt in mind. And once I had the prompt, I went directly to Cloud Code, and there I just inserted the prompt. I said something like, I want to build a Chrome extension where I can save tabs. I want it to be local, so no data goes online. Help me build this. And so Claude entered the plan mode, and from there, he just started building. So obviously I also know a little bit about coding. So as a senior software engineer, obviously it was a bit easier to build. And so I just started iterating. It turns out that Google Chrome has their own API, and your extension can actually access it. So what my extension does, it takes the Google Chrome data that is already on the computer, and it basically parses it and puts it back to the extension. From there, I created my custom storage that is again stored in Google Chrome, or basically I stored the tabs. So you can literally save thousands of them without any issues. And so once Claude generated me the extension, all I had to do is to load it and preview it to test it. You just have to click on extensions, manage extensions. You can enter developer mode here in the right corner. And here you click load unpacked, and you just select the folder where your extension code is. And once you select the folder, the extension will just appear in the list of your extensions. Basically, the magic happens at that point. So once you have your extension ready and tested and it looks good, and you would like to publish it to a store, it actually costs you about $5, I think, to create the Google Chrome developer account. That'll be one-time payment that'll allow you to start uploading your extensions. But so to upload the extension, you'll have to go to the Chrome Web Store developer dashboard. You hit add product. Once you had a product, you can fill in the description, just select all of your code, hit compress to create like a zip archive, and just upload it there. And once Google Chrome team will review it, your app will become live. But keep in mind, every single time you want to ship an update, say switch from version 0.1 to 0.2, in my personal experience, it takes about 5 to maybe 8 days to get reviewed. So your extension could be in the pending review for some time. Be ready that you might also get rejected if they find some weird code, or maybe permissions that you shouldn't be asking. Or another thing that they don't really like, if your extension does way too many functionality that is not really connected to each other. They would then advise you to create 2 different ones. But generally you should be good. And once they approve, your extension will be listed on the Chrome Web Store, just like mine got listed. I made mine free. I don't really promote it, but why don't you just go and try it yourself and tell me how you like it. But basically now, all of the users can just simply hit install, and it'll take maybe 3 seconds for them to start using it. And if you think about it, every single time that you stop to search for a tab, reopen a page, or maybe even reorganize your browser, you're breaking your focus and just wasting time. And studies show that it really takes about 23 minutes to get fully back into deep work after a distraction. So your browser shouldn't be that thing, pulling you out of that zone. And if your workspace is too chaotic, before you even started to do your work, you've already lost the momentum, and your tools should work for you and not against you. And I built this because I needed it, but now I want to make it even better for everyone. So drop a comment and let me know what features you would like to see next. And if you want to try it, the link is right below. So I want to say thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because here I talk about AI, technologies, general entrepreneurship, and generally my own path of building cool stuff. So if you're interested, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.